riding. Would you be my internet riding buddy? Well, hello, friends. Coach Bob with you today. Let's close this up, though. All right. Well, hello, friends. Coach Bob with you today. And today, man, we got a great conversation to have. We're going to talk about friends. We're going to talk about look at the rain. As anybody knows, they've seen on the news, that's a field in water. Let's turn around and give you a better look at that. I want you to see this. It's worth seeing. So last week we had a big rainstorm, and we had flash flooding. Baba's house actually flooded. It had water running in the back door and out the front door. But that right there, that's a field for growing plants, corn, and that sort of stuff. Look at it. It's a pond now, and you can see the little trailer in the back. It sunk and flipped. Little travel trailer, because everything just came up so fast it washed it down the side of that hill, and everything's a mess. I mean, we had so much waterfall. Water was over the road, all over the place. It was crazy. These guys, man, if you're in a low-lying area around here, you got it hard. I went out on my morning walk just yesterday, and I mean, there were ruts 3 feet deep eroded into the trail. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right, but enough of that. Let's talk. I'm just out riding around. It doesn't matter where I'm going. I'm just out enjoying the day, and I hope you're enjoying your day as well. But today we're going to talk about friends. We're going to talk about friendship and being internet riding buddies, internet riding friends, and it's been a great journey for me on this channel. There have been so many what I would consider, impossible outcomes, certainly unanticipated outcomes and consequences of the channel. A lot of people talk about the evils and the perils of social media, and I'm one of those people. I'll be quite frank with you. Now, you wouldn't think a guy that's a YouTube influencer, whatever that means, you wouldn't think that he would be an anti-social media guy, but I'm not a big social media guy. I have the Coach Bob 3 group on Facebook. I don't go on Facebook much, and so that group gets used, and I do check it for questions and stuff weekly, but I don't go on there every day. I do check the messages and my emails, and I do check the conversations that go on in the comment sections in the bottom of these videos. So even if I don't have a response here, I don't want you to think I haven't read it. I read every single comment every time. I do. And I value the conversation. I value what you do. I just want you to know that. So before we get going, make me proud. Give the video a big old fat thumbs up, because a regular one won't do. Leave a comment down below, a comment on your comment, and then start a conversation, because conversations are how we develop these relationships on the internet, and then we have the unintended consequence of wonderment. All right, well, enough of my blathering. Look at that, another field underwater, and this is days later. You can see how deep the ditches are. We'll be pointing things out. All of those woods are completely underwater. If you're riding an adventure bike out in this stuff, you ain't getting anywhere. I'm telling you, I know that for a fact. You will literally be up to your handlebars in water right now around here. All right, so let's talk about friends and internet friends and the way we work with each other and what you guys mean to me, because you guys mean a lot to me. And I wanted to take this opportunity to make a video expressing just that very thing. I'm going to thank some people individually, and if I don't thank you individually, please don't be offended. I certainly would never intentionally hurt somebody that I care about, but as I ride, I only have so much time and that sort of thing, and my brain only works, it's a V8, but it's only running on 6 cylinders at this point. First off, I want to tell you, over the last 2 years with Baba's health, you saw her in the driveway. She's looking pretty good right now. She had put on some weight through her treatments. She's taking that weight off. My younger daughter, who had also put on weight through her pregnancy. We're working out 3-4 times a week, and we're running some. We ran a half mile today together, and it was quite wonderful just to get out there and run with her. But all of the things that we've been through on this channel, with Coach Vic having cancer and having her surgery, and Baba having cancer and dealing with all of those things, and you know, not getting great news a lot of the time. And right now we're in quite a dark season with her, as far as, you know, the way things have gone medically. It just hasn't been good. But we're surviving. Look at all the water. Look at that. That's crazy. This stuff's normally high and dry, and it's both sides of the road. And what's crazy is that is higher than the road, and it's still underwater. They just dam it up. You can see right there the road underwater sign. All of this was underwater. It's just nuts to me how much encouragement you guys have given me, and I never expected to have that sort of thing. So for those of you who have sent an email or said a kind word in a comment, or a text message, if you ended up with my cell number, or you know, somebody who took me out to lunch or met me somewhere and encouraged me, I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you. From me, Bob, not just Coach Bob, but from Bob, I want to thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. The other thing I want to talk about is the real intertwining of relationships that have occurred because of this channel. You know, I've got to meet a lot of you face to face, and that's really cool. Here recently, the guy from the Wider channel, it's Y-DER. Anyway, his name's Adam, and Adam, I just want to thank you. Him and his family came over to my house while they were in Florida, and Coach, you always have, like, Tom Cruise comes over. I know, we do. Tom was just over here last week. Not a big deal, not worth turning the camera on for. I'm just gonna say that right there. You know, Matthew McConaughey here was a few weeks ago, and Coach Vic says that we both like to tell stories, but he's not even worth turning the camera on for.
Sure he is. He was awesome when he was here.
Coach Vic has a crush on Matt. What can I tell you? Now, you have to call him Matthew, but I get to call him Matt. But I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, then who did you turn the camera on for, Coach? I'm going to tell you. The Wider channel. That's right, the Wider channel. AKA Adam. You may not have known that. Now I've just let the cat out of the bag.
Cat is out of the bag.
You know, this guy right here, he can do things to spiders that I can't do. He took one that was blown up, torn up, messed up, and he got it running. When mine turns off at a red light, I call for help. So when you want to learn something, go to the Wider channel. He's the man. There will be a link down below, and maybe a link like right up here, where one of those sides, and it'll be in there. Make sure you check his channel out. If you don't check his channel out, the next time Tom Cruise comes over, we're going to do like MI 11 or MI 12,
so Tom,
and he's coming for you.
If you see this video, Coach Bob loved your last Mission Impossible, so you got to come visit Coach Bob. Coach
Vic, I asked her, I said, name 3 differences between Tom Cruise and myself, and here's what she said. I'm more handsome, I'm much taller, and Tom has more money. That's the Wider crew.
Just don't call Sharon Mrs. Wider.
She has a channel. Her channel is called Narrower. But I'm going to tell you, in all of the greatness that is the Wider channel, he could not do it without the Wider crew.
Ask the kids how much money they made on Easter eggs.
Oh, so we do the grown-up Easter egg hunt. No, I don't mean like that kind of grown-up, but we put money in the little Easter eggs, and I know you're all jealous that you weren't here, but let's see what the Wider crew made.
$9.
$9? So you got a 5 and 4 ones? What about you?
$11.
Woo! And had lunch with us and got to spend time with my family. He got to see Baba and her husband and my younger daughter Lou and her husband and my grandbaby and Coach Vic, the effervescent Coach Vic. It was just a good visit. It was him, his beautiful bride, and their lovely children. He has a beautiful family. And if you're not a subscriber to the Wider channel, you need to stop right now and click on over there, subscribe to his channel, then come right back. We don't want you to miss anything. Another person I want to say thank you to, a very special, heartfelt thanks, is a subscriber named George, who I've become friends with. And George owns some property near me, and George has traveled some of the same dark roads that I've traveled, as far as the health of people that you love. And George has been a great encouragement to me. One of the things he said this week is, I was out on a walk, and he called me just to check on me. And he told me, take care of yourself, because we need you. You know, we love your positive energy, and we love the way you are, and we don't want to lose that. Don't lose yourself, Bob. And to have friends that see in me something special and want me to continue on, and please don't take this as me bragging that I'm something awesome, because that is not the case. But what is the case is that he sees something special in me, and it sure makes you feel good. And he made me feel good. You guys' comments, you know, you make me feel good. You know, it's one of those things where in life you look at friends and you go, well, do I need any more friends? You can have too many enemies, but you can't have too many friends. Now, I'm not saying you have to have a lot of friends to be healthy. You know, one or two really good ones is probably enough. But the more you have is better. There's great security in depth, because, you know, there's going to be a time where you're going to be in need and they're going to be in need. And I just want to thank you guys for being there for me. So let's talk about friendship. You know, friendship has a lot of layers to it. One of them is loyalty. Another one is care and concern. Another one is, you can be downright mean sometimes, right? The accountability issue, where you see a friend messing up or struggling, and you got to kind of slap them to wake them up. You know, there's all of that. There are many, many layers to being a good friend. But there are other things that friends offer, even the ones who aren't physically present in your life. And I think that that's what this channel has to offer. Wow, that's dangerous, man. That guy just parked in the road on a blind corner. That is not good. But one of the things that like this channel offers, and there are many, many channels, not just mine, that offer this same thing, to be able to go to a channel and ask a question and get an honest answer. To be able to go to a channel and look at something and learn a little bit. You know, I really do value education. I'm constantly educating myself. And one of the things that I, with the friends that are in my inner circle, that we all have in common is this desire to learn, this desire to grow. And, you know, as we get older, that desire is still there. Sometimes flipping the switch is more difficult. But good friends will force you to grow, to learn, to be more. And I hope this channel offers you that. I hope it gives you a chance to experience more, the more quality of life, not just the motorcycle, but your actual life. I want your life to be better. I want you to feel better about your children and your spouse and your marriage and your job and your home. I want you to feel better about everything. Look at this, man. This is just from stuff just washing down driveways like little waterfalls. So one of the things that a good friend will offer you is always sagely wisdom. And I hope that you get that from this channel. I hope that you feel that way when you come here. All right. So number 2 of what a good friend's going to give you, they're going to give you encouragement. You know, a friend that discourages is not a friend at all. Now, earlier I said, you know, there are friends who have to kind of shake you up and jolt you a little bit, you know, with a wake-up call because you're messing up, you're doing dumb things. But even when that is occurring, that should be done in an encouraging sort of way. Even when your friends hold you accountable, you should never leave that conversation feeling like they just hate me and want to beat me down. It shouldn't be that way. So if you have an accountability partner who goes, hey man, you're messing up here, listen to them, take what they say to heart. But if they're just tearing you down in order to make themselves look better or feel better about themselves, then they're not friends really. They're just people wanting to kind of strong arm you into thinking like they think. So a good friend will encourage, even in times of accountability, that friend will encourage you to be more. So they're going to offer you sagely wisdom to help you grow in your mind, and they're going, oh, look at that, that is crazy. That's a field. Looks like a lake. But also they're gonna lift you, even in times of correction and accountability. They're going to do it in a loving, kind, gentle, uplifting way. All right, well, we got 2 more, and then that's going to be it. So I want you to do me a favor before we get on with number 3. I want you to do me a favor, give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Enough of all that, though. Number 3, what is the third attribute of a wonderful, wonderful friend? A good friend is not two-faced. He will always speak about you as if you are there. You know, people that go around talking smack about someone, you know, yeah, I met Coach Bob, he's a really nice guy, but whisper, 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 that person's not my friend. They may be an acquaintance, and they may even like me, and I may like them, but a friend, a real friend, just says, man, I love Bob, he's my friend. Yeah, you know, and if there's a shortcoming that I have, and there are many, my friends know there are many, many shortcomings in my life. But I'm going to tell you, they're not going to badmouth me around other people. They're not going to talk smack about me. They're going to speak about me as if I were sitting right there and they wanted to encourage me. They wanted to do number 2. They wanted to encourage me. Not do a number 2, but do number 2. They want to encourage me. So even when I'm not there, they want to build me up. They want to build me up. They want to see me succeed. And that is a true trait of a friend. Now, will you know that every friend, will you know what they're saying about you behind your back? No, you won't. But in your heart of hearts, you'll know who the people are that you can trust. And you know the ones that are going to be talking smack about you behind your back, you know. And that is really just a wonderful, wonderful thing, to have someone that you know you can count on. And even when you deserve, and there are times I probably deserve a good bad talking to behind my back. I may deserve a dagger or 2 in the spine. It's nice to know that I have people that, even if they have the ammunition and the desire, that they won't do it because they're my friends. You know, I'm going to get all Bible-y here. You know, they talk about Jesus, a friend that sticks closer than a brother. You know, Jonathan and David, it said that their souls were knit. That's a friend. That's what a friend is. It's closer than blood. It's thicker than blood. I know they say it can't be, but it can be. All right, number 4. Number 4 is one that I've seen a lot of people that I thought were friends of my friends ended up not being. It's this: they will love you when you succeed. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Most people would think they'll love you when you're a failure. Well, there too. But you know, I find that most people, when people fail, they have that in common. We've all failed, right? We've all fallen. And so when you have a friend that falls, it's easy, because we're in a position where maybe above them, or in order to stick our hand down to them to pull them up, we have to be kind of standing above them. And so in order to stand above them, we're comfortable in that position, right? Because we're in a position of authority to a certain degree. And so we reach down and we lift them up. I think that's pretty easy as a friend. You know what I've seen more friend failures is when someone succeeds. When someone becomes unbelievably successful and all of their friends get jealous and angry. He doesn't deserve the big house, the nice car, the cool motorcycle, the fancy phone, whatever. You fill in the blank, the beautiful wife, whatever it is they have, that coveting nature, that jealousy creeps in, and they become not friends because they just can't handle the fact that that person has done better than they have. You know, I've got a friend of mine who is worth millions of dollars. I'm just going to tell you right point blank, big old stick in the road there. He's literally worth millions of dollars. He's been on the cover of magazines, entrepreneur type magazines. He's a businessman and a business creator. He's in the middle of his second business venture. His first one he sold for millions of dollars, and this one is going to go for 10 times what the first one sold for when he decides to go. He lives in a big old house basically on the water, and he has beautiful cars, and he has a beautiful wife and beautiful children too, by the way, and he has a beautiful boat too, and he's the nicest guy you would ever meet. And I can't tell you the number of people that I've known over the years who were friends with him when he could not pay his light bill. They loved him then, but they don't love him now. It's just wormwood, baby. It's bitter, it's nasty, because he don't deserve it. You know, he butt kissed and he compromised and he did this and he did that. And I'm going to tell you, he didn't do any of those things. What he did, he risked everything. And I remember praying with him on the phone and talking to him, and him going, Bob, I'm looking rich, but I got $20 in my bank account. To having, Bob, I sold my business, I'm starting a new one, and I got blankety blank million in my bank account. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you this, and I mean this. I'm not saying this because he ain't watching this video. I love him, but he don't watch my channel. You need to work on that. But I'm going to tell you this, because I told him this. I said, brother, if anybody deserves success, if anyone deserves it, it's you. And he was like, man, you deserve it too, Bob. You deserve all this. I'm like, brother, let me tell you something. You have been a hard-working, faithful man your entire life. You've always given back. You've always done way more than anyone else. You are a great steward, and with a great steward, great things should be entrusted to them. And I believe that's why God's blessed you with that, because you're trustworthy, man. And I am in awe of what you've created in your world, and I'm also greatly humbled by the fact that you call me friend. So to love someone in their failures is easier than loving someone in their successes. You know, in this world, we look at things as a pie, right? There's a big old pie, and if I take more pie than you, then you're going to get less pie. That's not how it works, y'all. I just want to tell you that. That's not how it works. You make your own dang pie. I want you to know that. You make your pie, and if I have a bigger pie, I just made a bigger pie. I didn't take any of yours. I just made mine bigger. And when you make a big old pie, a big old pecan pie, because I'm from the South, it's not pecan, it's a pecan. No, pecan is not what you put under your bed in the winter. It's the nut that goes in a pie. But if you've succeeded, I'll use an example. I'll use an internet person. Ryker Rides, Beth from Ryker Rides. She has 20,000. She just hit 20,000 subscribers. Another one. Go over there and subscribe to her channel, because I'm going to tell you, Beth has earned it the old-fashioned way. She works hard. She works hard on her channel. She puts in big miles. She is always on the go, always looking to do more to grow the community. She works at it, man. She works at it. And that's why she's succeeding. And that's why her channel is going to be at 100,000 when mine's probably at 50. My desires for this channel are different than what she's doing. And just because she made a bigger pie than me, I'm in awe. And I'm grateful that Beth, you know, that I get to call her friend. I'm grateful for that. So I just want you to know that it's important. It's important to recognize when people work hard, that you know, and they succeed, that you give them the compliment, give them their due worth. The world is going to try to tear them down. As friends, we just shouldn't do that. So I want you to know that you guys are more than just internet riding buddies. Many of you, I call friend, and I thank you for that. I could go down the list, and I could list hundreds of people that I've met through this channel that I believe if I was in need, they would give me the shirt off of their back. And there are so many people that I could name. John and Miriam are sweet, man. Jody and Tommy, just awesome. Stefan, he used to ride a Spyder. Oh, I better slow down. That's a big old muddy mess there, huh? Back end slid through that. That was slickery as owl snot right there. Oh, Stefan, who used to ride a Spyder, who now rides a Harley. Man, we've traveled some tough road that we have in common as well. And he's just a fine, fine fella. All these people that I've just got to meet and make that connection with. It's really quite wonderful. Not to mention my BRP friends. John the dad. John. Johnny the Fox, my buddy. Johnny got a promotion here recently. Johnny the Fox. Now he's Huggy Bear. He moved up in the food chain. Oh, Huggy Bear. Johnny the Fox is now Huggy Bear. But Huggy Bear, Johnny the Fox, man, great guy. Just a great guy. He's been so kind to me. Tommy, man, the guy who delivers the Spyders to the house, he is way more than just some delivery guy. The dude is just amazing, smart, good looking, muscular, successful, business savvy. Man, represents BRP just unbelievably, man. Cam-Am on road, man. I'm going to tell you, Cam-Am on road. Johnny the Fox, a.k.a. John the Dad, a.k.a. John, his last name, a.k.a. Huggy Bear. The boy he got some nicknames, don't he? You guys need to value him. And I'm going to tell you, Tommy, you need to value him. Now, I can't tell you what to do, but I will say this, and I'm sure they won't disagree. I hope I don't get in trouble. Give them boys a big old raise. Pay them more money. They deserve it. They've done it the old-fashioned way. They've earned it. And they're creating a big old pecan pie. I love it. I love it. All right. I could go on and name people all day, and it is awesome, awesome, awesome. But I am going to head towards the house and go have a little grub with the effervescent Coach Vic and Baba. So you do me a favor. Go out, buy the motorcycle of your dreams, eat right, take care of yourself, got to feed that machine. And remember, if you're not having fun, you were most definitely doing it wrong. Now you go seize the day, and I will see you on the road real soon.